Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the dark and mysterious, deranged adventures of a man who knows not how to play StarCraft, but he does know how to ruin his opponent's experience at playing StarCraft. Upper in the top right, playing Zerg today, and he's been looking better and better with this race recently. In the blue, it's Florencio. And down to the bottom left, in the red, his Terran opponent. Whether to be a victim or not a victim, we will find out. Looks like this one's on the Korean server. This is Ships. We're just going to go with the clan tag, as I cannot read that character. And Flo's going to be going with a nice early Captain D-head drone across the map. It's got a gas going up, so gas first. Pretty standard for Terran. Occasional for Protoss. Only ever gets done by Florencio as Zerg, as almost anyone else would build a sporting pool or a hatchery first. But of course, Florencio is not just anybody, is he? He's going to dive on into this main, potentially attack that SCV, see if he can do some harassment, force another SCV off the line. I love the Captain Dickhead drone because there's just something about the rarity, because Zergs can fly that Overlord across the map and normally get all the scouting information they want off of that. I think there's just this rare number of times that the Terran has actually experienced having a drone run into their base and harass them a little bit. So I feel like they just kind of get caught unawares and they're not really sure how to deal with it. And sometimes they panic. I was going to say this guy's doing a splendid job by just sending an SCV, chase the drone, make sure it can't kill this guy building the barracks. You'll be fine. But Florencio, of course, it's not just a Captain Dickhead drone that's going to have a bit of a nibble and then go away. This is a true Dickhead drone. It is a drone whose job it is to be super annoying. This is the guy sitting next to you at the sports match with a friggin' Vuvuzela. And you're just like, oh, dude, shut the hell up. He gets excited. He spills his beer on your lap. He's generally just obnoxious and annoying. And that is basically Florencio's StarCraft style summed up, isn't it? As two Drilly Boys and a Marine going to come over here to try to clear this up. Another Marine building. So far, good reaction. I like the way Ships just walled off with a second depot. Non-stop Marine production. It's going to go second gas in a pretty quick factory. This is like a pretty clean response. Just doesn't really know what's coming behind it, but is playing very safe. And of course, we know what's behind it. Burrow, 30 seconds from finishing, and a Roach Warren as well. So Florencio here, it's going to be a 19-worker Roach Rush. And he's going to try and build roaches off this hatchery inside the base. Unfortunately for him, the hatchery is going to be almost dead. It might not even be worth letting that finish, to be honest. But he's already invested in burrow and roaches. And he does let it finish. He's going to try and get a queen out of there. He's only got one lava so far. That hatchery is going to go down really quickly. Can he even get a second lava out in time? The hatchery down to 70 hit points. 30, gets a second lava, and then it goes down. The Broodlings. Oh, the Broodlings are actually going to kill the Marines. Wow, Ships there not paying attention and left those Marines there. You got to be really careful when you take down a hatchery like that. The Broodlings that pop out of it, they have a timed life. They do a lot of nibbly damage before they go down, and this rush is basically shut down. He's going to try and make two roaches here and see what he can do. No tech lab on the fact. Whoa. Ships has stopped unit production. Ships seems to have completely ignored this. No more Marines, nothing else building. Is trying to build Hellions. Is already thinking about the command center and the starport. Totally disrespected those two eggs. Maybe only expected Zerglings to come out. And these two roaches already going to work. Of course, that's a lot of SCVs being pulled off the line. They just got to try and survive. They're going after these Marines. One of them burrows. The other one burrows. They say, now you see me. Now you don't. That one pops back up. Focuses the Marine down. Gets another shot off an SCV. He's got to survive. And then disappears. This one pops up. Oh my god, this is the most annoying duo of roaches ever. He's trying to take down the Marines and the Hellions, the damage-dealing units, and just keep these SCVs off the line. It's Penn and Teller, the roach duo over here. We've got bloody Penn running over here. He's going to lure those SCVs. Teller pops his head up as Penn lures in there. Teller on the right, Penn on the left. And looks like Penn's already got 2 kills. Teller's going to go in the right. He's going to go after that command center. If you can get that SCV building the command center, that's going to be so annoying. Oh, the Widow Mine goes off, but he burrows it, which effectively, it takes the shot, but it means you only take the damage from the splash. So he takes both Widow Mine shots here. And oh my god, that is huge. Meanwhile, the other roach on the left pops up as well. It takes down a Marine. This roach pops its head. When am I going to learn my lesson? I'm like, well, this rush is pretty much shut down. I guess he could just build 2 roaches and see if he's a little annoying. These 2 roaches are destroying Ships. Ships is taking so much lost mining time. He's got that command center finishing, but he just can't kill him. Another Hellion falls. Another Hellion. Can it be Master Pet? He's trying to ask Master Pet. Oh, the roaches are taking damage. He's got to burrow. Burrows them barely. You know what's crazy is he's been dropping mules through this. We saw him use one scan, right? But the Widow Mines had already fired at that point. If he just saves energy for scans instead of muling, then he can actually see these roaches and clean them up. Oh my god, did you see that move? He's unburrowing, drags the Widow Mine shot onto the Marine, and then burrows, does it a second time, kills the Marine before the splash even lands. Dude, he has dodged 4 Widow Mine shots so far. I am actually out of my mind impressed. This is absolutely Neeb with the Xbox controller right now. For those who don't know, Florencio's housemate is Neeb, the pro gamer, famous pro gamer. And if Neeb gives him some tasty snacks, usually it's his special secret guac recipe, Neeb will actually take over and show us some of his builds. But that roach very wounded. He wants to drag another one of these Widow Mines into the SCVs, I think. All the SCVs hiding right now. He finally figured out how to scan! But the roach regen is increased when they're burrowed, and look at how quickly they're regenerating. It just won't die. Oh my god, 8 hit points, 1 hit point, 8 point, 14 hit points, and the roaches are still alive, and he's out of scans. They both burrow. The Liberator siege is up, but ships can't see them. He doesn't have any detection. I cannot believe this has done this much damage. By the way, guys, can we just get a special shout out to Florencio for how bad his macro is behind this? He's floating 2k. He's just been staring at these roaches. He could be at like 50 drones. He's at 29. He's built 1 queen, and he hasn't even injected off at once. Oh, no! Oh, Teller died. Pen's going to pop up, and he says, I will avenge you. He gets a alien. Can he get out of there before the lib fires? Just barely, but oh, the Widow Mine caught that roach when it ran to the right. This roach has still got 11 kills and is doing pretty good. Dodges the lib zone once again. He's going after this. I think he's just going to go for some SCVs. Realizes screw killing the Hellions at this point. Okay, gets one SCV, goes to the Hellion. He's going to have to... Okay, once again, dodging the lib zone. Now, there is a lib on the other side of the map, actually, that just killed 4 workers. Florencio! Oh, he's distracted! And finally, Teller joins Pen there. They both go down. And those 2 absolute magicians. I mean, that was not a 2-roach harassment squad. That was a 2-roach bang squad. That was a 2-roach take you to Dicktown and beyond squad. I'm talking about, I mean, this Terran base, this SCV line felt things it didn't know it could feel. I mean, this was, yeah, wow. 3 more Ravages and 3 Roaches on the front might be able to win this game. This Liberator did some damage. Florencio has built 4 Spore Crawlers to handle that because he didn't know how to micro Queens. The Roaches and Ravages are on the front door. A Liberator, Widow Mine's coming over, but he can always run past. And those Widow Mines... Oh, look at that. Once again, he's just dragging those shots. Ooh. Okay, he's trying to do fancy Widow Mine baits. But, oh, this time the scan goes down. The Liberator takes out that Roach and Ravager. Good biles do take out the Widow Mines. The Lib, 1 bile from death is that Liberator. If he can just land 1 bile on that Liberator, he'll finish it. Does lose a Roach, but... Oh, look at that. Ships repairs it at the last second and actually keeps the Liberator alive. It survived on like 2 hit points, I'm telling you. That was bloody close, but the SCVs are targets. This one last Roach and Ravager still doing damage. Another Liberator pops out. 3 Liberators. You can see this Roach and Ravager trapped in this little corner here. But as it unsieges, it opens up an avenue. They're going to try to move through. Oh, but the SCVs block it as those Liberators blast them down. And Ships survives. 5 minutes of pure Terran agony as Florencio has just jammed these Roaches in. Oh no, the command center is burning. He's got to repair that. 55 hit points, 50 hit points. It's burning. He's got to come over and repair it. 40 hit points, 35, 30 hit points, 25 hit points. The SCVs are repairing. The Roaches are coming up. They're trying to deny that repair, but they repair it very quickly. A command center has a lot of hit points. They repair based off of the speed of the actual build time, and the building is how it works. So they got it back to 150. It's still burning, though, and the Roach is going to try and distract. If they can distract, maybe that command center burns down. These Liberators once again slowly trying to corral these Roaches, but they're just not finding the mark. And that command center is burning. No! He's so distracted with the Liberators, the command center. I thought he saved it, but it's actually going to burn down. 60 hit points, 50 hit points, 40 hit points. Oh, no. 38, 35, 32, 30, 25, 20, 18, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. The command center burns down, and he's staring at this one Roach. Florencio putting all of his actions into this Roach, trying to be as annoying as possible, pulls Ship's attention away from the burning command center for like 2 minutes straight, and somehow it burns down. Florencio killing his opponent's base through distraction and antagonizing him to wit's end. Oh my god, this player, he's still building Hellions. Build a bloody siege tank or something that does proper damage. What is wrong with this Terran player? He's only building Liberators. He's broken. Florencio's broken him. He's lost 8 roaches, 3 ravagers, and he's killed an entire base of workers and beyond. He's annihilating this player. What's so impressive here is you think, oh, clearly Flo could have macroed up and won the game by this point. He's only on 26 workers. Florencio at any point could drop like 4 hatcheries and have 1 billion workers, but he actually needs to keep doing damage because his macro is just not there. Florencio is like, dude, I am having so much fun microing these roaches. I don't want to do anything but run roaches around your base. Why would I want to? This is the funnest sort of StarCraft. I mean, you're just getting driven crazy. Look at this. He's burrowing roaches all around the base. He's just creating these little problems everywhere. And they're just not dying, man. Oh, good scan does go down. I think these roaches, they might finally be done, maybe. Oh, he burrows in live range. Oh, no. That one just barely out of range, apparently. But, oh, my God, yet another roach. This is torture. At this point, like, there's the point where you're watching, you're like, Florencio's trying to win. He's trying to win. Then you realize I'm not sure that, it's not that he's trying to drag this out, but he is enjoying that it's dragged out. Like, Florencio right now, like, he's absolutely got the jumper cables attached to the nips, and let's just say Ship's hair is standing on end, and he's got some burn marks across his chest. Because, holy crap, I've never seen someone get so tortured for so long by a handful of burrowed roaches, followed by a handful of burrowed roaches, followed by a handful of burrowed roaches round 4. There are some mutas on the way. Florencio here, he's got a ton of queens. He hasn't really injected. He's still not injecting. But, oh my God, look at this, guys. He sent drones out. He's going to take a base there, a base there, a base there, and a base there. He's going to build 4 hatcheries at once. Oh, finally, he's going to macro on up. And just in time as well, these mutas are going to come out because those libs are about to come across the map. And 4 libs actually could beat 5 mutas, I think, if the mutas are clumped up. So those mutas need to back off from this fight. Yeah, they're going to fly on past. Good move here by Florencio. Ships, I think if Ships actually sieges some mineral lines, kills like 10 workers. Florencio has so few workers. Even though he's got a big bank of minerals, he's not mining gas. He's taken gas geysers, but he's not properly mining off them. For some reason, he's built like 4 spore crawlers at each base, which makes absolutely no sense. I think he's worried about the other guy having burrow roaches as well. He's like, ah, you got liberators. I'm like, you've got queens. You don't need 4 spores at each base. Not when you're going mutalist, but Florencio's like, yes, I do. Oh, I need them. No, I need to have all of it. And I'm like, oh, God, what? The Terran now finally has a tank and is still just massing libs on one base. Oh my God, this has got to be the dregs of Platinum League on career, right? But who knows? This guy's had his brain just thrown through a super heavy washing machine cycle at at boiling point. We're talking about like when you've got some serious stains, some heavy duty laundry that needs to be done. That's what Florencio does to his opponent's brains. It's the mental equivalent of feeding Tide Pods to your opponent's brain. And it looks like he's going to win this game now, but I still cannot get over that Penn and Teller Roach. They did not die. They dodged 4 Widowmine shots. They dragged Widowmine shots onto friendly Marines, onto friendly SCVs. They dodged about 1,000 lib sieges. They burrowed and unburrowed. They focus fired the Marines. Like, those first 2 roaches have done that. That's the most damage I've ever seen 2 roaches do in my life. I don't think I've ever seen 2 roaches tear somebody apart the way those roaches tore him apart there. That was absolutely incredible, man. All right. Oh, he lands a bile on the libs. Oh my God, he sieges him. Gets the command center from the low ground there. And Bile's going down on that factory, trying to just take it down. Remember that Florencio isn't so much about winning as he is about torture. In this case, he absolutely is trying to drag this out now. Because he still hasn't put guys on gas. Oh, wait, he did on his natural, but he still hasn't used any of these hatcheries. Let's check his... He's actually got 2 hatcheries on 1 control group. Nothing else is control grouped. And for some reason, when he's 5 base versus 1, or 6, I should say, he's spending his APM on microing mutas versus a player who has missile turrets, libs, and Vikings on 1 base. Rather than, oh, I don't know, building an army and winning the game, building 40 drones, and then an army and winning the game. Florencio's like, you know what? Let's make an infestation pitch, shall I? Oh, God. He really is the guy who gets that big fat grin on his face while pulling out his like different cutting implements and laying them out on the table, you know? It's one of those things where it's like you always see that, right? They bring in the torture guy, try and get the information out of the hostage, and oh my god, he's gonna go for it. Oh, the Muta's actually doing okay there. He's trying to do some very fancy micro as Florencio. The Muta's pulling out. 2 of them do go down. Corruptors try to chase, but missile turrets are there. Those Mutas and Corruptors doing bloody nice so far. Ships is gonna start to move these tanks forward one at a time over to the edge. And he's going to scan the low ground. You'll see those Ravagers. That tank's going to siege up, but it's not protected by anything right now. He's going to get one shot off on the Ravagers. Another one. And these Ravagers are going to come forward. They're going to try and bile down the siege tank. If you take it out, the other siege tank's in the open. Where's the rest of the air units? Ships, what are you doing, mate? He's trying to get down to this missile turret, but he's losing his tanks in the process. Florencio biles his own Mutalisks. He just corrosive biled 2 of his own Mutas. And now he runs into a missile turret and loses them. Is he going to piss on the missile turret? No. Wait, he just killed his own Corruptor. He just killed his own Corruptor as well. Now, Florencio unzips his fly and pisses on the missile turret. Oh, what an idiot. Oh my god. Oh, he's so dumb. And it looks like here, slowly, I think his opponent's going to realize that it's time to tap out and give the information over, because yeah, this interrogation is gonna get worse and worse, dude. This is gonna get more and more painful as Florencio decides to finish in style with slow Zerglings. Remember, oh, Link Speed kicks in 16 minutes into the game. It was gonna be a 17-minute slow Zergling follow-up. It ended up being a Link Speed follow-up. I'll allow it. Florencio dives into the base and finishes that one off in style. Shout out to those Penn and Teller Roaches. Holy crap. I've never seen Roaches do that much damage. You are a god, Florencio. Thank you guys, everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. Special thanks to Maxan, Colonel SC, and Pimp City. Not to mention everybody else here on the Wall of Bacon. Thanks to the support, guys. Please do consider checking out the Patreon. The link is below so that I can buy myself more greasy bacon to feed me and keep me healthy while I watch this very, very unhealthy diet of cheesy StarCraft games. Thank you, guys. Catch you guys next time. Good night.